Alright, in this example, let's look at solving a system of equations by the substitution method. We have the system negative x plus 3y equals 8 and negative 4x plus 11y equals 31. The first step in solving the system of equations by substitution is to choose one of the equations and solve for one of the variables. Now, it doesn't matter which equation or which variable we use, so we want to pick the one that seems the easiest to work with. That means we're going to look for variables that have coefficients of 1 or negative 1, because those will be the easiest to work with. Notice in the first equation, the coefficient of x is negative 1, so we're going to go ahead and use the first equation and solve for x. So starting with this first equation, we can solve for x by first subtracting 3y from both sides to get negative x equals negative 3y plus 8. Then we can multiply both sides by negative 1, which will change the signs on all the terms. We'll get x equals 3y minus 8. So now we have an expression for x. We don't know its value, but we've expressed it in terms of y. So what we're going to do next is substitute this expression for x into the other equation so we can get an equation involving only y. If we write down the second equation, negative 4x plus 11y equals 31, what we want to do is substitute the expression 3y minus 8 for x in this second equation. So negative 4 times our expression for x, which will be 3y minus 8, and we'll still have plus 11y equals 31. So now we have this equation that only involves y, and we'll solve this for y. So we start by distributing to remove the grouping symbols. So negative 4 times 3y gives us negative 12y. Negative 4 times negative 8 will be plus 32. We still have plus 11y equals 31. And we can collect like terms. Negative 12y plus 11y is negative y. So we get negative y plus 32 equals 31. If we subtract 32 from both sides, we'll get negative y equals negative 1. And we can find y by multiplying both sides by negative 1 to get y equals positive 1. So now we have the value for y. We need to find the value for x. So we can take this value for y and substitute it back into either original equation to solve for x. Now it's always good to go back to the original equations in case you've made a mistake somewhere in between. But if everything works out okay, you can actually use your expression here for x to find the value. So we'll write x equals 3y minus 8, because we're pretty sure we did this right. We know that y is equal to 1, so x will be 3 times 1 minus 8, which is negative 5. So our ordered pair solution should be negative 5, comma 1. Now we want to check that in both original equations. So if we put in negative 5 for x and 1 for y, we should get true statements in both equations. So negative 5 is positive 5. 3 times 1 is 3, so 5 plus 3 does equal 8. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. 11 times 1 is 11. 20 plus 11 equals 31. So our ordered pair checks in both equations, so this is a solution to our system. So the solution is the ordered pair negative 5, comma 1. And that's how we would solve the system using substitution.